It's your place for everything you need to know about Glendale. It's Glendale A to Z.
Hi everyone, welcome to Glendale A to Z. I'm Julie Waters with Glendale 11. Find out the latest news from Glendale in just 5 minutes. Today we're talking with the Executive Director of Glendale's Parks, Recreation, and Libraries about proposed budget cuts to those departments should a temporary sales tax increase go away. Now, the increase was approved by the City Council in June. It sunsets in 5 years and is a total increase of 35 cents more on a $50 purchase. But should that temporary sales tax go away, there are numerous services and programs throughout the entire city that could be eliminated or reduced. Eric Strunk is the Executive Director over the city's libraries and parks and recreation facilities. Now, right now, the proposed reductions in your areas, parks, recreation, libraries, is $3.6 million.
Correct.
And it's around 70 positions.
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so let's start with the library because that's where the bulk of these positions and the bulk of your elimination is from your budget, from your general fund budget. The proposal is to shut down 2 libraries but keep 1 open.
That is the proposal. The 2 libraries that we would look to close down would be the Foothills Branch Library and the Valmontaigne Branch Library, and we would keep the main library open. So obviously there will be some significant changes in doing that. A couple of those, I'll just kind of throw those out to you. Services at those 2 libraries will no longer be provided to the patrons of those libraries, the folks that live in the community, the neighborhood. They are now going to have to drive to the main library if they want library services. We are a part of the reciprocal borrowing agreement with Maricopa County.
Right.
So your library card, you can use it in adjacent cities or even in the county. But to get to those facilities, you also have to drive. So the first big thing that'll happen is you'll have to pack the kids up in the car and you'll have to drive to the main library.
And just for clarification, Foothills is up in North Glendale.
Yes, it is.
Valmontaigne is down south in the historic downtown.
Murphy Park, yes.
Maine is right in the middle of the city.
It's in central Glendale.
So it would be closer for people, but there's still going to be an impact with drive time, transportation. It's no longer a neighborhood library.
Correct.
There's got to be more of an impact also, I imagine, service delivery if you're eliminating so much staff.
Absolutely. You know, you go to your neighborhood libraries and you check out books, you use the computers, you go to story times, you may avail yourself of a class, you may do some research. You won't have that option in your own backyard anymore if you don't live near the central library at Maine. So what will happen is you will see increased usage of Maine. You're going to have all those patrons go to Maine now, and you will probably see increase in wait times and lines. You may see materials that previously were available to you. Someone else may have gotten them before you. You may also see the inability to get into some of the sessions we do, the story times, computer usage and so on, because you're going to have more patrons going to this one facility that we've managed to keep open.
Eric, Rose Lane Aquatics, this is a community pool and has a lot of use throughout the year. The proposal is to shut it down. What is the impact there?
Oh boy, well, Rose Lane is a wonderful, beautiful facility, and this past year we had a little over 29,000 patrons that used that particular aquatics facility, and it's just not a swimming pool. You got a swimming pool, you can do laps, but you've also got a zero depth pool area where those that want to play in the water, use the slides can go. And if that were to be closed, that would no longer be. We have 2 public pools in Glendale. If we close that one, we only have 1 remaining pool.
And where is that one?
That would be at the Foothills Recreation and Aquatic Center.
So people from the southern part of the city will have to drive all the way north.
Correct.
It's probably several, 5?
It's a little over 10 miles.
10 miles, yeah, at least, to go to that one.
Yes.
Connected to Rose Lane Aquatics, there is a community center there.
Yes.
Would that be shut down as well?
Yes, that's kind of covered in a different area of the department, but we would have to close down the Rose Lane Recreation Center in addition to one other recreation center. That's the O'Neill Recreation Center, and that's a part of the reductions that we would see.
Okay, and very quickly, those recreation centers, I believe on your list you have GRASP, an after-school program. School kids usually go there. You're having to shut down the recreation centers and the after-school programs. So where do the kids go?
They are either going to have to go to their friend's home. The schools will have to look at providing those services. they will have to go to a nonprofit, or they won't have the option to go to the after-school program at all.
Glendale will no longer have an after-school program.
We actually have 9 before and after-school sites. This proposal is to eliminate 3 of those. They don't recover their cost, and that's unfortunately how we have to look at providing these services.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Eric Strunk, Executive Director of the city's Library and Parks and Recreation. Thanks for joining us here on Glendale A to Z. Folks, if you want to know more about the proposed cuts throughout the city of Glendale or the temporary sales tax increase, visit the city website at glendaleaz.com and click on the Know the Facts page. For Glendale A to Z, I'm Julie Waters. See you again.